Hello, international paper executives. My name is Allan Houston from the New York Knicks, and I want to thank you for allowing me to be part of the supply chain advantage. I look forward to spending some time with you in the future. Larry has spoken very highly of you and the work that you're putting into developing leadership, and I think it's very underrated, the power of leadership. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Well, the transition from a player to an executive has been it's been great. I think as a player, you're focused on production and how you can measure your production, from measuring against other players to how you win, to stats, to maybe contracts. But now you have to develop. You have to evaluate talent. You have to develop talent. But at the end of the day, it's about winning. And I think that's the common ground. That's the thing that motivates me, motivates us. Right now we're preparing for a draft, and the same way that the IP professionals are evaluating their talent and developing their talent and their leaders and their executives is the exact same way that we look to do the same thing. We look at certain personality traits, we look at the talent level, we look at what motivates a player, how accountable they are, the type of leadership they have. But at the end of the day, it really comes down to a winning mindset. And that's really where I have a lot of fun doing this, because the first thing that I look at when I'm watching a player is I look at his mindset or her mindset. Are they a winner? Are they going to work? Are they coachable? When adversity hits, how are they going to respond? The talent is something that easily can be identified, but how is that mindset going to fit into our culture, and how is their identity going to fit into what's going to be a New York Knick? We're in a results-driven society. We're in a results-driven economy world. And it's no different than when a basketball player steps on the court. He's immediately evaluated on the results. That's how he's going to get playing time. That's how he's going to get his contract. But what I enjoy is helping that player and evaluating the way that player delivers his results. And it really, at the foundation of that, is character. Because your character is going to drive your behavior. Your behavior is going to drive how seriously you take your job. Are you going to come in there every day on time, early? Are you going to be consistent, maybe when you're hurt? In hard conditions on the road or at home, in practice when no one's watching or millions are watching, you have to be consistent, you have to be the same. So to me, it comes down to character, it comes down to accountability and who you are internally as a person that needs to be evaluated first, to me. And that's how ultimately you have influence on your environment. When I think of my brand, I think of the word authenticity or authentic. Growing up, the key fundamentals to winning in life were the same fundamentals that my parents and my family allowed me to carry on the basketball court. Faith. If you don't really believe in who you are and have an identity, then it's going to be hard, because then everything you do is going to be to and fro. It's going to be scattered. A coach is best serving a player when he says, "I believe in you." And I think faith is a huge fundamental in terms of success. The next one is integrity. One of the best coaches that I've ever played for says, look, if you just play the right way, then you'll always be okay. And I think integrity is something that is severely lost in our culture, because people don't know what the right way is. But if you play the right way in any sport, you're going to give yourself a chance. Hard work. Hard work is something that's unspoken, but you can never underestimate the power of working harder than the next person. My father always say, just go in the gym and work harder than the next person. Leadership. Leadership is something that we're talking about. It's a common theme, and it's something that, as a father and as someone who's in a management position, leadership is critical, because if you're teaching your kids or you're teaching your players, or a teacher or a coach, then you're an example. And so many people want to point fingers and tell people what to do, but it's simply your example that makes all the difference. And the last fundamental I think that I take very serious about my brand is legacy. And what is it that people are actually going to say about you when you're gone? What's the impact that you've left? Not about how many points you scored. It's not about any amount of money you made, but what is the influence? So when I think about a personal brand that I feel that I've tried to be aware of, it comes back from my father, it comes back from my mother, it comes back from things that I learned growing up. And my father, being a coach, taught me certain fundamentals on the basketball court. And those same fundamentals have a theme. And that's why we talk about FIZZLE, which is an acronym for faith, integrity, sacrifice, leadership, and legacy. Those 5 fundamentals or tenets are something that I try to have an identity for my personal brand because I think it's consistent, it's constant, whether it's on the basketball court, or in the boardroom. And I think it's something that you can carry to your family and the way you live your life. So to me, when I talk about a personal brand and one that you want people to identify with, it comes down to that mindset of winning on and off the court. Well, once again, I want to thank you for allowing me to participate in the Supply Chain Advantage. It's been great having this conversation. I look forward to continuing this conversation. Right now, we have to get prepared for the NBA draft in order to win an NBA championship. That's the ultimate goal, and I know you all have a goal to win. That's our goal, to win. But I look forward to spending some time with you and continuing this conversation and exploring it further.